In this video, I will be showing you how to build a quite simple lead generation system in n8n using Google Maps. So right away, let me demonstrate how it works. Simply, I can type in a chat anything. So for an example, find for me social media marketing agencies in New York. I run it, and then it goes to our AI agent that uses OpenAI model, then map checker, so external tool. So it searches for the best places for us, the best services. Then what it does, it creates for us the response based on the map checker data. Then it formats it, and at the end, it sends the data to Google Sheets, and everything is done within seconds. So we need to wait approximately a few seconds more. So now you can see it's appending for us the data, and when I go here, I can see I've got the name, address, phone, website, opening hours, so every information about our leads. And that's great because you can do this for anything you want. Let's say for real estate agencies, for any other companies, and then gather their data within seconds again. Also remember, you can find the JSON template along with the instructions, for example for AI agent or even code node, in the description of this material, so feel free to check it out. But now let me guide you through how to build this entire workflow from scratch. So firstly, we've got our trigger, and I prefer to have the chat message. However, you can choose the submission form or any other trigger. The chat message is the simplest way. So you pick on a chat message, and then we can actually test the step. So let's open the chat and type something. So give me, let's say real estate agencies in Boston. Okay, I can just run it, and the next step will be our AI agent right away. So this automation is not that hard to set up, like it contains only a few steps. However, sometimes it's a little tricky, so watch this video to the end. So it's our AI agent, and now what's very important, we pick the find below, and then also we add the system message. When it comes to what we insert inside this AI agent, I've got for you the data I created. So this is the system message, and this is the prompt. So firstly, what we do for the prompt, we include just the input from our chat. And for the system message, I will explain it in a while. However, let's just copy it. And the system message must be really comprehensive. I mean, really solid, because actually it's our main AI agent that coordinates everything happens actually in this automation. For now, let's add the prompt before I explain everything. So we've got actually our chat input, that's correct. And let's cover the system message. So you're a research assistant helping the user collect content details for the map checker tool or a website. Your job is to extract and return all contact information in a clearly structured JSON format, following the example below. So we have our JSON format. I prefer to use it every time. In the system message also, we can use it in a parser, structured output parser. And why? Because actually you've got then just bigger chances that it follows your exact format. We know sometimes AI is not accurate in 100%, and especially our AI agents when they have a lot of to do. So we've got the format. So first we've got a name, address, phone, website rating, opening hours. Return only this JSON array in the response. Do not wrap it inside another object or string. Just output the raw array. So we would like to have just a string. And then with a code node, we'll just separate all of the details. I'm sorry. Make sure all values are properly filled in and escaped. No nested or malformed JSON. If a value is missing, website use an empty string website. This format will be used by a code node to extract values before sending them to Google Sheets. So I added this because actually we'll be using the code node later. Only return the response in valid JSON format without any other elements. So clean JSON format, actually string. For the chat model, I'm using OpenAI. And here, GPT 4.1 mini is okay. Also, you can use the newest model, which is GPT 5. So when I type it here, I scroll down, you can see we've got our GPT 5 mini or GPT 5. The choice is yours. For now, I would like to stick with 4.1, or even maybe let's pick GPT 5 mini. That's correct. Then what we do, let's click on save. We add a memory. So we add a memory here, and we choose just simple memory. So we just know what is happening inside the chat. So far we have the instructions. We've got our OpenAI model, simple memory. And now there is the case, actually the moment to insert the tool that will search for us Google Maps for the locations. HTTP request, we choose here. And now we've got something called description, method, URL, and we'll be sending some metrics. So if you go ahead to our instructions, you can see you've got everything explained about the map checker. So first we've got a description, and we've got a method which is get, because we get the locations from the application, and the URL. So we'll be using Google Serper Dev Maps, and then simply we send query parameters. We specify parameter 1, 2, and 3. So I will explain you that in a while. Okay. Firstly, let's pick our description. So for the description, what we have, let me expand it. This bot helps you scrape all contact information for lead generation from Google Maps. Use the query parameter Q for the search term, and to L for latitude and longitude, and page for the current pagination index. So we'll be using the application which is called Serper Dev, and here you've got your free credits, so 2,500, which is a lot. So you can just sign up and log into your account. And if you log in here, you can find your API right there at the left side of the page. So you can just copy it. We'll be using it later. However, also, what's important, we would like to get access to the documentation. So after the, here this is the /, you type Google Maps, Google-Maps-API, and here you're redirected to this specific page. So we can find here all of the information about what we are using, along with the parameters. So as you can see, we use Q for just searching. This is the parameter for search. Then we use 2Ls for latitude, longitude, and also we'll be using the page for pagination for our specific HTTP request. So let's move on. And right there, afterwards, we need to provide the URL. So either you can go here and just pick your URL at the top of the page, or just go ahead to our document and just take the URL from here. So it's Google Serper dev.maps, actually /maps. We are using it. And then what we do, we search query parameters, send query parameters, I'm sorry. The first one is query, and we let the model define this parameter. So our AI will decide what will be inside the specific value. The next thing will be the latitude and longitude. So we specify it by providing the name, which is 2Ls. And remember, you need to provide the same parameters names, otherwise it won't work, so it will crash. So we also let AI define it. And the last parameter will be our page. So it's our pagination. So simply we search from multiple pages right here. Because remember, when we run HTTP requests, sometimes like it retrieves for us the data, not all of the data at once. However, it uses something called pagination, so it separates content based on the pages. Okay, in that specific case, by the case. Okay, so this way actually it's not that overwhelming, and you don't get a lot of mess. You just can specify like number of pages and so on. But let's send our headers, and for the headers we've got our API. So simply here, we just type x API x key, and we provide our API. So x API x key, x dash API dash key, of course. Let's go ahead to our Serper AI and just copy our API key. And we are ready to go with it. Okay, so simply what we can do, we can just test out this A agent if that works. So let's wait a while. Okay, so it actually used our OpenAI model, and it went to our search tool, and yeah, it should return for us actually the response in a string format. So we simply received our message, so it's pretty long, and now there is a time to separate it. And for that case, there are multiple methods to do this, but the best one is the code node. Actually, coding is so powerful inside n8n. I love it. So we need to create the proper code for it. And without speaking, like hesitating, I've got for you the entire code. And what it does, it takes the content and it separates it inside items that contain actually the name, address, phone, website, rating, opening hours. And right away, without a doubt, you can go ahead and just save it inside Google Sheets. So it's pretty straightforward. Like I think like the main point for this agent to work is to create the proper instructions for the agent, properly set up this HTTP request, and also have the code node. These are the elements that are the most important and the most challenging in this particular case. Of course, you need to remember, I'm just showing you how to build this project step by step right now, but it took for me a lot of time to just figure everything out. For example, I had a problem with this HTTP request because somehow it didn't want to use it, our AA agent. So I had to, like refine the instructions, like update everything and do this stuff. Also, I had a problem with code node, for example, like to have the specific code node to retrieve the data in that specific format. But we've got it. So now we can open the row and search for the map searcher and Google document, Google Sheets. I've got it for you also, so you can go ahead to the link and then click on file and make a copy. But now maybe let me delete this specific information. And now I can choose the sheet 1. And for that case, I can provide a name, address, phone, website, and opening hours. I see here we don't have the rating. So we don't have here the rating. For that case, what I can do, rating is actually before the opening hours. So simply let's click here, insert one column to the left, and now choose the rating. That's correct. And then what we can do, we can just refresh it. Perfect. So we've got the rating. Let's provide it here, execute the step, and 20 items will be provided here. So that's cool. We've got here some errors. So formula, actually, no, yeah, I know. Actually, this specific phone number is typed in the wrong format. So what I can do here, maybe let's change the column actually format. So let's do it. So as you can see here, Google Sheets treats like the number as a formula. So here it's the formula. And the best approach will be to just provide this number, so begin number inside the brackets. So in that case, what I can do, I can go ahead to my A agent and then customize a little bit our instructions. So maybe I can type, make sure the area code is always within brackets. So let's say here, and now I can type example. So let's provide our brackets, and now maybe let's take this number to save time. So I can provide it here, okay. And then I can rerun the entire automation. So let's go ahead. Let's do it. So now everything works properly. So we've got a name, address, phone in the proper format. So finally, website rating, opening hours. And the best point is you can do it for anything you want. I mean, you can use this automation. Let's say you want to search for some specific place, for some specific service. You want to get the lead information, contact info. And now you can run the specific automation and do it in one click. For example, let me type, okay, give me contact details for the best tattoo studios in New York. Let's run it. And once again, let's see the magic because it's great. I mean, you can search for unlimited leads for your business and yeah, save all of the data inside Google Sheets once again. So I can see that's perfect. We've got Times Square tattoo, Rising Dragon tattoo, first class tattoo, the information here, the number, our website, the rating, and the opening hours. So it is how it is. Actually, we created from scratch our very own lead agent using Google Maps to give us the details about specific place or even service we want. For now, I can say this is pretty everything. I hope you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed the template along with the instructions you can download. And yeah, for now, that's everything. Thank you for watching. I will see you on the next material.